Have you ever found yourself at the crossroads of desperation and hope, gazing up at the seemingly insurmountable mountains in your life and wondering where your help will come from? What if I told you that there's a divine promise hidden in the ancient words of Psalm 121 that holds the key to unlocking the peace and assurance you've been yearning for? This promise is not just a distant hope, but a living reality, ready to transform your life and guide you through life's most challenging moments. Psalm 121, often called the Traveler's Psalm, is a profound testimony of divine protection and unwavering support. It's a passage that promises that the Lord is your keeper, your shade at your right hand, guarding you from all evil. And yet, this promise is one that many overlook or misunderstand. Imagine the tranquility and strength that come from knowing that you are never alone, that the Creator of the universe watches over you day and night. It's a truth that can dispel fear, ignite hope, and bring comfort to the weary soul. As you embark on this journey with me today, we will delve into the hidden power of Psalm 121, a power that very few fully comprehend. This psalm is more than a poetic expression of faith. It is a divine assurance that can reshape your reality and bring you into a deeper relationship with God. Together, we will uncover the mysteries and promises embedded in these ancient lines, exploring how they can impact your life today. Throughout this video, I invite you to engage with this sacred text as a living conversation between you and God. Reflect on the mountains in your life, the challenges that seem insurmountable, and the fears that keep you awake at night. As we unravel the meaning of Psalm 121, consider how these words might speak directly to your heart, offering guidance, reassurance, and strength. In the next few minutes, you will discover the profound lessons that this psalm holds. We will explore how its teachings can bring you closer to God, provide clarity in moments of confusion, and instill peace amidst life's storms. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of the divine protection and help that Psalm 121 promises, and how to apply these truths in your daily life. Before we dive into the study, I encourage you to take a moment to comment with the phrase "Peace in Christ," symbolizing your commitment to this journey of faith. This simple action is a powerful statement of your dedication to growing closer to God and supporting others in their spiritual journey. By liking this video, you help spread the message of Psalm 121 to others who may desperately need to hear it, extending the reach of God's Word. Congratulations on taking this step to deepen your understanding of God's promises. You are part of a special community that seeks to find solace and strength in the Scriptures. Many people use this channel as their spiritual support, especially those who may not have a church community nearby. Your participation is crucial, and together we can build a supportive and faith-filled community. Remember, the penultimate teaching today may hold the key to unlocking a blessing in your life. So stay with us to the end, and let's uncover the divine wisdom that Psalm 121 has to offer. Let's embark on this journey together, opening our hearts and minds to what the Holy Spirit will reveal. With that, let's begin our study of Psalm 121, prepared to be transformed by the insights and truths that await you. May the Lord bless you as you seek His presence and guidance through this sacred text. As we delve into the first verse of Psalm 121, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? We are immediately drawn into a scene familiar to many of us, a moment of reflection, perhaps even desperation, where we seek assistance beyond our own capabilities. In the ancient context, the hills could signify both a place of danger and a vantage point for help. This duality invites us to consider where we look for help in our own lives. And if I told you that this question, "Where does my help come from?" is not just a cry for assistance, but an invitation to discover a profound truth about the nature of divine support. This inquiry opens the door to a deeper understanding of how and why we can rely on God's help, especially when life's challenges seem overwhelming. In the next verse, the psalmist answers with confidence, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." This declaration is not merely about acknowledging God's power. It is about recognizing his intimate involvement in our lives. The creator of the universe, with all his majesty and might, is personally invested in each one of us. He is not a distant deity, but a present help, ready and eager to support us in our time of need. Reflect for a moment on the significance of this truth. How often do we forget that the same God who crafted the stars and set the planets in motion also cares deeply for our individual struggles? In our pursuit of solutions, we may turn to temporary fixes, overlooking the eternal and unwavering support of the Lord. Yet Psalm 121 reminds us that our ultimate source of help is not found in the fleeting things of this world, but in the steadfast love and power of God. Picture yourself standing at the base of a mountain, facing challenges that seem insurmountable. In those moments, where do you turn? Psalm 121 invites you to lift your eyes beyond the immediate obstacles and look to the Lord, who stands ready to guide and sustain you. This perspective shift is not just about seeking divine intervention. It's about aligning your heart with the reality of God's constant presence and support. Consider how this understanding can transform your spiritual journey. When you acknowledge God as your primary source of help, you open yourself to his wisdom and guidance, allowing him to lead you through life's challenges. This reliance on God is not a passive act, but an active expression of faith, trusting that he will provide the strength and resources you need. Psalm 121 challenges us to cultivate a mindset that consistently looks to God for help, regardless of the circumstances. The psalmist's confident declaration is a testament to the reliability of God's support, a support that transcends human understanding and offers peace in the midst of uncertainty. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this divine source of help more fully? Are there areas in your life where you have been relying on your own strength rather than seeking God's guidance? By turning to the Lord, you invite his peace and provision into your life, allowing his grace to lead you on a path of spiritual growth and fulfillment. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of divine help guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your reliance on God, allowing his presence to be your source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalm's teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. Continuing our exploration of Psalm 121, we encounter a powerful depiction of divine vigilance in verses 3 and 4. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. These verses paint a vivid picture of God's unwavering watchfulness, emphasizing his constant presence and protection over his people. And if I told you that this image of a sleepless guardian holds a profound secret to understanding the depth of God's commitment to you? This portrayal of God as a watchful protector challenges us to rethink how we perceive divine involvement in our daily lives. It is a promise of perpetual care, assuring us that regardless of the time or circumstance, God is actively engaged in safeguarding his children. Imagine the comfort and assurance that comes from knowing that the Creator of the universe is always attentive, never weary or inattentive. In our human experience, we often encounter limitations, fatigue, distraction, and the inability to be ever present. Yet God transcends these boundaries, offering a divine guardianship that is unparalleled and eternal. Reflect on the significance of this truth in your life. How often do we find ourselves feeling vulnerable or unprotected, questioning whether anyone truly understands or cares about our struggles? Psalm 121 provides a powerful reminder that we are never alone. God's vigilance is not passive observation, but active involvement, ensuring that we are guided and protected every step of the way. Consider the implications of having a guardian who never sleeps. This assurance invites us to live with a sense of peace and confidence, knowing that God's eyes are always upon us. It is a call to trust in His protection, even when the path ahead seems uncertain or fraught with danger. In practical terms, this divine vigilance means that we can release our anxieties and fears, resting in the knowledge that God is fully aware of our needs and circumstances. It challenges us to surrender our worries, trusting that God's oversight is comprehensive and compassionate. Psalm 121 invites us to embrace this truth and allow it to transform our spiritual journey. By recognizing God's constant presence, we can approach life's challenges with courage and faith, assured that we are never beyond His care. This perspective shift encourages us to live with boldness and peace, knowing that our lives are held in the hands of a loving and attentive God. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this understanding of God's vigilance more fully? Are there areas in your life where fear or uncertainty have overshadowed your trust in God's protection? By acknowledging His sleepless guardianship, you open yourself to a deeper sense of peace and security, allowing His love to guide and sustain you. The theme of divine vigilance in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting thought. It is an invitation to experience the fullness of God's care and protection. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to seek God with our whole hearts, confident that His watchful eye is always upon us. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of divine vigilance guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your reliance on God, allowing His presence to be your source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalm's teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we move further into Psalm 121, we encounter a comforting image of God's protection in verses 5 and 6. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. This metaphor of God as a shade is rich with meaning, offering assurance of His protective presence in both the seen and unseen aspects of our lives. And if I told you that the concept of God as your shade holds a profound secret to understanding His intimate involvement in your life? This imagery invites us to explore how God's protection is not just about shielding us from physical harm, but encompasses every part of our existence, our thoughts, emotions, and spiritual well-being. Imagine the relief and comfort that comes from knowing that God provides a constant refuge, sheltering us from life's harsh elements. In the ancient Near Eastern context, shade was essential for survival, offering respite from the relentless heat of the sun. Similarly, God's protection provides relief from the pressures and challenges that threaten to overwhelm us. Reflect on the significance of this truth in your life. How often do we feel exposed or vulnerable, seeking a place of safety and rest? Psalm 121 reminds us that God is our ever-present refuge, offering shade and protection in every situation. His presence is not limited by time or circumstance. It is a constant source of comfort and strength. Consider how this understanding of God as your shade can transform your spiritual journey. When you acknowledge His protective presence, you open yourself to a deeper relationship with Him, allowing His peace to permeate your life. This perspective encourages you to seek refuge in God's love, trusting that He will provide the shelter and strength you need. In practical terms, this divine protection means that you can face life's challenges with confidence, knowing that God is with you, shielding you from harm. It is an invitation to rest in His presence, releasing your burdens and fears, and embracing the peace that comes from being under His care. Psalm 121 challenges us to embrace this truth and allow it to shape our lives. By recognizing God as our shade, we can live with a sense of security and hope, knowing that His presence is a constant source of protection and strength. This assurance invites us to trust in His guidance, even when the path ahead is uncertain. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this understanding of God's protection more fully? Are there areas in your life where you have struggled to find peace and security? By acknowledging His protective presence, you invite His love to guide and sustain you, offering peace and comfort in every situation. The theme of divine protection in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting thought. It is an invitation to experience the fullness of God's care and love. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to seek God with our whole hearts, confident that His shade is always upon us. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of divine protection guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your reliance on God, allowing His presence to be your source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalm's teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we delve deeper into the comforting verses of Psalm 121, we arrive at a profound assertion in verses 7 and 8. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. These words offer a powerful reminder of God's comprehensive guardianship, extending beyond the physical realm to encompass the very essence of who we are, our souls. And if I told you that understanding God as the keeper of your soul unlocks a profound sense of peace and assurance? This concept invites us to explore how God's care transcends the temporal and touches the eternal, safeguarding everything that makes us unique and precious in His sight. Imagine the peace that comes from knowing that the Creator of the universe is intimately involved in every aspect of your life, overseeing not just your actions, but your innermost being. This divine custodianship is not limited by time or space. It is an eternal promise that speaks to the depth of God's love and commitment to us. Reflect on the significance of this truth in your life. How often do we find ourselves anxious or uncertain about the future, questioning whether anyone truly understands or values our innermost struggles? Psalm 121 assures us that God is actively involved in our lives, watching over us with a love that is both protective and nurturing. Consider how this understanding of God as the keeper of your soul can transform your spiritual journey. When you acknowledge His guardianship, you open yourself to a deeper relationship with Him, allowing His peace to permeate your life. This perspective encourages you to trust in God's eternal care, knowing that He will provide the guidance and support you need. In practical terms, this divine guardianship means that you can approach life's challenges with confidence, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. It is an invitation to rest in His presence, releasing your burdens and fears, and embracing the peace that comes from being held in His loving care. Psalm 121 challenges us to embrace this truth and allow it to shape our lives. By recognizing God as the keeper of our souls, we can live with a sense of security and hope, knowing that His presence is a constant source of protection and strength. This assurance invites us to trust in His guidance, even when the path ahead is uncertain. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this understanding of God's guardianship more fully? Are there areas in your life where you have struggled to find peace and security? By acknowledging His protective presence, you invite His love to guide and sustain you, offering peace and comfort in every situation. The theme of divine guardianship in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting thought. It is an invitation to experience the fullness of God's care and love. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to seek God with our whole hearts, confident that His watchful eye is always upon us. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of divine guardianship guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your reliance on God, allowing His presence to be your source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalm's teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we continue our reflective journey through Psalm 121, we reach the culminating promise of eternal protection found in the final verses. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. This sweeping assurance extends God's guardianship into the eternal, offering a promise that transcends the immediacy of our present circumstances and stretches into the infinite future. And if I told you that this promise of eternal protection reveals a secret of divine constancy that can profoundly alter the way you live your life, it invites us to contemplate the boundless nature of God's care, a care that is not confined to the temporal challenges we face, but is a perpetual presence in all our life's movements. Imagine the profound sense of peace that emerges from knowing that every step you take, every path you choose, is under the watchful eye of a loving God. This assurance is not merely about safety in the here and now, but about the promise of divine presence that accompanies us through all seasons of life and into eternity. Reflect on how this divine promise impacts your understanding of God's relationship with you. Often, we are consumed by the immediacy of our struggles, seeking solutions for the present without contemplating their eternal significance. Psalm 121 invites us to shift our perspective, recognizing that God's care is not momentary but everlasting. Consider how embracing this assurance of eternal protection can transform your spiritual journey. When you rest in the knowledge that God is with you both now and forevermore, you cultivate a faith that is resilient and unshakable. This eternal perspective encourages you to trust in God's purposes, knowing that He is working all things for your good. In practical terms, this understanding empowers you to live with hope and assurance, confident that your life is held within the continuum of God's eternal love. It is an invitation to live fully in the present, while keeping your eyes fixed on the eternal, trusting that God's plans for you are good and perfect. Psalm 121 challenges us to anchor our lives in this divine promise, allowing it to guide our thoughts, actions, and decisions. By embracing the assurance of God's eternal protection, we can navigate life's uncertainties with courage and peace, assured of His unwavering presence and love. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this understanding of eternal protection more fully? Are there areas where fear of the future or uncertainty about your path has overshadowed your trust in God's promises? By acknowledging His eternal guardianship, you invite His peace to fill your heart, providing comfort and assurance in every situation. The theme of eternal protection in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting idea, it is a call to live with the confidence that God is with you always. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to cultivate a faith that is rooted in the eternal, trusting in God's unfailing love and care. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of eternal protection guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your reliance on God, allowing His presence to be your source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalm's teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let's delve deeper into the theme of faith and trust that runs through the entire psalm. This ancient song is not just about divine protection, it's a journey of faith, a journey that invites us to develop a deeper trust in God's promises and His presence in our lives. And if I told you that the journey of faith is like a pilgrimage, where each step taken in trust reveals more of God's character and His unwavering commitment to us, this pilgrimage is not just a physical journey, but a spiritual one, where we learn to rely on God in every circumstance, recognizing His hand in every aspect of our lives. Imagine the journey of a pilgrim traveling to Jerusalem, as was the custom when this psalm was sung. Each step closer to the holy city was a step of faith, trusting that God would provide protection and guidance along the way. This pilgrimage is a powerful metaphor for our own spiritual journey, where we are called to trust God with both the seen and unseen aspects of our lives. Reflect on the significance of this journey in your own life. How often do we walk by sight, relying on our own understanding rather than stepping out in faith? Psalm 121 encourages us to lift our eyes to the hills, to look beyond our immediate circumstances and place our trust in the Lord, who is our help and our keeper. Consider how embracing this journey of faith can transform your spiritual life. When you trust in God, you're not just acknowledging His power, but actively participating in a relationship that is based on His promises. This trust invites you to lean into His wisdom, to seek His guidance, and to find peace in His presence. In practical terms, this journey of faith means that you can navigate life's uncertainties with confidence, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. It is an invitation to deepen your relationship with Him, to cultivate a faith that is resilient and unshakable. Psalm 121 challenges us to embark on this journey with confidence, allowing our faith to guide our thoughts, actions, and decisions. By embracing the pilgrimage of faith, we can navigate life's challenges with courage and peace, assured of God's unwavering presence and love. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this journey of faith more fully? Are there areas in your life where doubt or fear has overshadowed your trust in God's promises? By acknowledging His presence and guidance, you invite His peace to fill your heart, providing comfort and assurance in every situation. The theme of faith and trust in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting idea. It is a call to live with the confidence that God is with you always. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to cultivate a faith that is rooted in trust, relying on God's unfailing love and care. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of faith and trust guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your reliance on God, allowing His presence to be your source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalms' teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we further explore the depths of Psalm 121, let's turn our attention to the communal aspect of this psalm, a powerful reminder that faith is not meant to be lived out in isolation, but in community. The psalm, traditionally sung by pilgrims on their way to Jerusalem, highlights the collective journey of faith and the strength found in shared experiences of God's protection and guidance. And if I told you that within this communal journey lies a profound secret to strengthening your faith and finding support in times of need? This aspect of the psalm invites us to consider how our relationships with fellow believers can enhance our understanding of God's promises and deepen our spiritual walk. Imagine the scene of pilgrims traveling together, singing Psalm 121 as they ascended to Jerusalem. Each voice, lifted in song, contributed to a tapestry of faith, a shared declaration of trust in the Lord's protection. This communal act of worship not only reinforced individual faith, but also created a sense of unity and collective strength. Reflect on the significance of this communal faith in your own life. How often do we attempt to navigate our spiritual journeys alone, missing the richness that comes from being part of a community of believers? Psalm 121 reminds us that we are not solitary travelers. We are part of a larger body, united in our faith and trust in God. Consider how embracing communal faith can transform your spiritual journey. When you engage with a community of believers, you open yourself to encouragement, accountability, and shared wisdom. This communal experience helps to reinforce your personal faith, providing a support system that uplifts and strengthens you in times of trial. In practical terms, participating in communal faith means actively seeking out fellowship with others, whether through church, small groups, or informal gatherings. It is an invitation to share your struggles and victories, to pray for and with one another, and to celebrate the ways God is working in your lives. Psalm 121 challenges us to prioritize communal faith, recognizing the power and impact of shared belief and trust. By embracing this aspect of our spiritual journey, we can navigate life's uncertainties with a greater sense of support and resilience, assured of God's unwavering presence and the encouragement of fellow believers. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace communal faith more fully? Are there areas in your life where isolation or individualism has overshadowed the benefits of community? By engaging with a community of believers, you invite God's love and support to flow through others, providing comfort and strength in every situation. The theme of communal faith in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting idea. It is a call to live with the confidence that you are part of a larger body of believers, united in faith and purpose. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to seek out and nurture relationships that reflect God's love and care. As we continue our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of communal faith guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your connections with others, allowing their presence and support to be a source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers, amplified by the community that surrounds you. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the Psalms' teachings, uncovering more layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is unfolding, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we near the culmination of our exploration of Psalm 121, we turn our focus to the harmonious blend of pilgrimage and personal journey that this psalm encapsulates. The imagery of the psalmist's ascent not only reflects a physical journey to Jerusalem, but also symbolizes the spiritual ascent every believer undertakes in their walk with God. And if I told you that within this intersection lies a profound truth about your own spiritual journey, one that reveals the dynamic interplay between communal worship and personal devotion. This duality invites us to reflect on how our collective and individual paths converge to create a richer, more fulfilling spiritual life. Imagine the ancient travelers journeying together toward a shared destination, each bringing their own stories, struggles, and aspirations. Their pilgrimage was both a communal experience and a deeply personal one, mirroring the journey we each embark upon as we seek to draw closer to God. Reflect on the significance of this dual journey in your own life. How often do you find yourself balancing the demands of communal commitments with the need for personal reflection and growth? Psalm 121 encourages us to embrace both aspects, recognizing that they are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary facets of our spiritual walk. Consider how acknowledging this intersection can transform your spiritual journey. When you integrate communal worship with personal devotion, you create a holistic approach to faith that nurtures both your relationship with God and your connections with others. This integration invites you to participate in communal rituals while also setting aside time for personal reflection and prayer. In practical terms, this means actively engaging in communal worship, such as attending church services or participating in small groups, while also dedicating time to personal spiritual practices like prayer, meditation, and Bible study. It is an invitation to find balance and harmony between these two aspects, allowing each to inform and enrich the other. Psalm 121 challenges us to embrace this dual journey, recognizing the importance of both communal and personal aspects of faith. By integrating these elements, we can navigate life's challenges with a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment, assured of God's presence and guidance in every step. In your spiritual journey, where do you need to embrace this intersection more fully? Are there areas where you have prioritized one aspect over the other, missing out on the full richness of a balanced spiritual life? By acknowledging this dynamic interplay, you invite God's love and wisdom to inform and guide your path, offering peace and assurance in every situation. The theme of pilgrimage and personal journey in Psalm 121 is not just a comforting idea, it is a call to live with the confidence that you are both part of a larger community and an individual seeker on a sacred path. As we meditate on these verses, we are encouraged to cultivate a faith that is both communal and personal, drawing strength and inspiration from both sources. As we prepare to conclude our exploration of Psalm 121, let this theme of dual journey guide your reflections. Consider how you can deepen your engagement with both communal worship and personal devotion, allowing each to be a source of strength and peace. Remember, each step you take in faith is a step toward the peace and assurance that God offers, enriched by the interplay of community and personal growth. Stay with us as we prepare to draw this journey to a close, uncovering the final layers of divine wisdom and insight. The journey through Psalm 121 is nearing its end, and the revelations it holds have the potential to change your life. Let's continue this exploration together, embracing the assurance of God's presence and salvation with open hearts and minds. As we conclude our journey through the profound and comforting words of Psalm 121, let us take a moment to reflect on the transformative insights we've uncovered. You've embarked on a spiritual pilgrimage, delving into the depths of faith, trust, and divine protection. This exploration was not just an academic exercise, but an invitation to allow the truths of this psalm to permeate your life and deepen your relationship with God. Congratulate yourself for reaching the end of this journey. Very few take the time to delve deeply into the scriptures and allow its timeless wisdom to speak into their lives. Your dedication signifies a commitment to spiritual growth and a willingness to embrace the transformative power of God's Word. You're part of a special group of seekers who strive to understand and live by the divine truths revealed to us. To signify your journey and commitment, I invite you to comment on this video with the phrase, "guarded by grace." This phrase is a testament to the divine protection and guidance you've explored through Psalm 121, and it serves as a marker of your dedication to living under God's care. By sharing this phrase, you become part of a community that supports and uplifts one another in faith. Sharing this video with others is not just about spreading content, it's about spreading hope, encouragement, and divine truth to those who may need it most. Imagine the impact you can have by simply sharing a message of God's unwavering protection and love. It's like planting seeds of faith in the hearts of those who may be struggling or searching for answers. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, yet I encourage you to do so now. Becoming part of our community means more than just receiving notifications about new content. It's about joining a fellowship of believers who support each other in their spiritual journeys. If you're already subscribed, take pride in being a part of a growing movement that seeks to bring light and truth to the world. Consider how the themes we've explored in Psalm 121 can continue to inform and guide your life. The assurance of God's presence, the call to communal faith, and the journey of personal devotion, each of these elements offers a foundation upon which to build a resilient and vibrant spiritual life. Embrace these truths and let them guide your path. As we bring this video to a close, I invite you to remain still for a few moments, allowing the peace of the accompanying music to wash over you. Use this time to reflect on the insights you've gained and to offer words of praise and gratitude to the Lord for His presence and guidance. It's a sacred pause, a moment to center yourself in God's love and peace. Remember, the connection you've cultivated during this exploration is strengthened by seeing it through to the end. I urge you not to pause or leave this video until it has concluded, allowing the full experience to resonate within you and reinforce the truths we've uncovered together. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Psalm 121. Your commitment to understanding and living by God's Word is a powerful testament to your faith and devotion. May the peace and assurance of God's presence be with you always, guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Until next time, remain guarded by grace and continue to seek the divine wisdom that God so generously offers.